We'll have
BoBo, Brazil. His opponent from Berlin, Germany, weighing 252, Schmidt.
Hi again, everyone. This is Chuck Burr. And those Bronx Banzais you heard were in honor of the introduction of Hans Schmidt, the 252-pound terror from Berlin, Germany. His opponent, BoBo, Brazil. And the third man, Joe Moscato, and brother, he's going to have himself an outing tonight. Has kindly consented to act as my bodyguard in the event they get a little too rough, too close to me.
Like lightweights, don't they?
Yes, they sure do, Leo. And I suppose you work for a while under those hot lights, and that perspiration makes your skin just like, well, you put grease on it, huh?
That's right, like holding a grease pig.
That's just about it.
What wonderful condition both those men are in.
What do they do? Do they take special training, or do they just keep in perfect condition by continuously wrestling?
Well, they do both, Chuck, and a lot of them have hobbies that benefit them in their wrestling. Like, for instance, Hans Schmidt is an avid skin diver. And he has his own boat, and he has his own aqua lungs and a compressor to fill up the air with. And he spends a lot of time underneath the sea. And that swimming will really develop you.
What do they got going on in there now? It looks like a stalemate of some sort.
That would be called a short leg scissors.
Short leg scissors, and who's applying it? That's Hans is applying it, isn't he?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Well, there's no question what that is. He's throwing those right hands, and he's landing pretty good. There's the knee to the throat. And now you're seeing Hans Schmidt at his nefarious best. BoBo rallies. Cocoa butt. And over the top strand and onto the apron goes Hans Schmidt. Well, there isn't a soul in the house, and it's a considerable house tonight that isn't extremely happy at this sudden turn of events. They don't come any rougher than Hans Schmidt, do they?
No, sir, they don't. He's out there to win every minute.
Yes, indeed. They tell me he's the lone wolf of wrestling, that he travels alone. He has nothing to do with anybody. Is that right, Leo?
Yes, sir, that's right.
Must be a lonely life, but of course there are compensating factors. I guess he makes a...
Well, he goes under the philosophy that you've got to win matches to get on top, and it looks like that's what he's always done, and he seems to be attempting to do now.
Yes, he is. He's aboard for the press after a series of knees to the throat, and BoBo unloads a knee that captures Hans right on the bridge of the nose. Now they're trading forearms and right-hand smashes, and there's the cocoa butt. And you got a good view of that. There it is again, and there's Hans Schmidt flat on his rompers. The count gets to 2, and Hans flips BoBo right on to Joe Moscato. I oftentimes feel sorry for those referees because they're getting a lot of prime beef landing on them. Hans Schmidt seeks a small respite to clear his head. They tell guys who have been victimized by that BoBo Brazil's headbutt, Leo, tell me that it's for all the world like they're being clubbed over the head with a hammer.
Well, I've never had the occasion to be hit with that headbutt, and I don't relish the opportunity either.
Well, I certainly can't blame you for that.
However, it does seem like Schmidt is holding up pretty good under that headbutt.
Yes, it is. I've seen guys collapse very quickly.
Of course, he's awfully strong and big.
What has BoBo got on him now? It's a double arm lock of sorts, huh?
That's what I'd call it.
And Hans is trying to roll. Now, he's likely to roll himself right onto his shoulders and be in danger, isn't he?
He is on his shoulders right now, and he's in danger.
So that's BoBo Brazil applying the pressure. Now Hans is being shoulder stood as he tries to shoulder stand his way out of it. Now he's in no immediate danger of being pinned, but he was while his back was to the canvas. Bobo applies the pressure, and Hans, well, you can see him. Cuts loose with those rabbit. Got the arm lock. Is that a figure 4?
No, that would be I would call that a top wrist lock. There's a lot
Top
of different
wrist lock,
names.
yeah.
A hold, of course, Chuck. But
Yeah. Hans applying the pressure. I think Joe Moscato asked, well, he's counting. He's counting over Hans ordering the break. What was Schmidt doing illegal? Could you see, Leo?
no, it's hard to say.
But it had to be something. There's no doubt about that.
The referee's often in a bad light because he can't see everything that happens in there.
You'll notice that fellas like Schmidt, Leo, attempt to get their opponent between them and the referee.
That's right.
There goes Bobo out between the middle and upper strand, and Schmidt is trying to kick him right into the cheap seats. There, Hans, he drop-kicked him pretty good that time. That punt would have gone about 90 yards on a football field. And Schmidt is giving Bobo Brazil, the People's Choice, a pretty good working over. He's trying to part Bobo's hair right down to the elbows. Additional leverage on the top strand. But I'll tell you something, Brazil has not been knocked to the ring floor yet. Here we go. Here we go. Happy day. And the crowd loves it. Listen to them. Well, that's 5 in a row, and Hans has collapsed in the neutral corner. Now he gives it to Joe Moscato. This could be a disqualification. Bobo Brazil. Yes, and again, and this is going to be it. What's happened to Bobo? He's gone crazy.
He's gone berserk.
Yeah, he's disqualified. He's all done, Leo, don't you think?
I can't say that I blame him because he's taken a tremendous beating.